What's up, guys? I'm back today with another Pocket GM21 video. And in today's video, as you guys see on the screen, we are going to pick a new team, and these are our options: Indy, San Francisco, and New England. You guys can see what each team is expecting out of us for San Francisco and Indy playoff hunt. New England, the goal is to make the playoffs. You guys can see where each team is kind of overall rated: 80, 79, 79. And I've checked out some of these rosters. I'm really interested actually in, you guys can see Indy's got a good little quarterback, Daniel Boone, 83 overall, and on a very cheap deal. Donahue is going to be looking like a nice little piece of solid wide receiver. This team's looking really good. Solid tight end as well. Offensive line is okay. And defensively, a couple pieces that I'd like to build around but move around as well. So definitely some chances here. San Francisco is another team I'm really interested in. We can bring in a new quarterback after Joe Felton plays out his last year on a huge, disgusting contract, but this team has a lot of cap space. Once you get rid of Felton as well, going to have a lot of cap space to build around a new team. Receivers, 91 overall, 23. Couple good pieces. Tight ends okay. Offensive line is looking solid. Actually, really solid. 86 overall rookie. Phenomenal. Center looks good as well. Defensively, a couple pieces to build around here, but nothing too crazy. But still happy with some of the pieces here. But obviously, New England is a place we have to go. We just got fired by the Dolphins. We have to go to New England and be in the same division as the Dolphins and see what this team can do. Mikion is going to be not the greatest piece. He almost feels like this is another Corey Vanoy. You can't check the stats off the screen, which is a little disappointed because I would like to go in and see his stats for the last couple of years. But running back, Marcus Peters, solid piece on the team. Receiving, nothing really good. Tight ends, I'm not happy with that tight end group. Offensive line, great offensive line, a little bit on the older side and on a disgustingly huge contract. Guards, centers, nothing great here. And we check out some defensive pieces. There's a couple good pieces. Dax Floyd is okay, but he's getting on the other side of 30, and that's exactly not what we need. Darius Stevenson's going to be a really nice piece. There's not a lot of pieces here. I almost feel like expecting to make the playoffs is a little bit of an over-expectation for this team, but this might be somewhere where we go, and that's where I'm probably going to end up. I really think New England is going to be the place for us. We're going to make some moves with the staff. We're going to make some moves with the offense and defense and see what we can do. $27.1 million in cap space, which is going to be the least amount on the board. But we are going to be going with New England. And we go on in a spot. I didn't want to stay anyways. I will be joining New England for next season. Let's start the new season. And we need to add some key pieces to get into the playoffs. Let's check our quarterback. Let's see what he's done for the past couple of years. That was actually his first year in New England. 27 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. He's got to go. This guy is not going to be the answer. We're not having another Corey Vanoy. We're not going to waste our years being somewhere we shouldn't be. They gave Corey, wow, I have to hop back over here to see what the team did just off the bat. You guys can see Corey Vanoy got a new 2-year deal, $21.8 million. We'll see if anybody else got any new deals. Their team it's good. They got some good pieces here. They let a couple guys go. Looks like some offensive linemen left. Their tight ends, backup tight end left. But it looks like they kept a lot of these pieces on the team. Two players you guys can see I really am going to miss. Smelter and Cameron Parsons are players I really would like to get, but I feel like it's super unrealistic for me to go out and trade for Cameron Parsons or trade for Khalil Smelter. You don't really see division trades like that. It doesn't make sense for Miami to trade somebody to New England. That's never gonna, or hardly ever gonna happen in real life. So I don't think it makes sense for me to do it in a game. I would love to get Walker Stevenson on this team as well. We know him and we know what he can do, but I think it's going to be fun to create that rivalry, create that kind of storyline against this team and just see what we can do against them as well. So we'll see what happens this next year, but I'm not going to make any crazy trades. We'll check out where this team is headed and what players we need to look at re-signing. 3 years in a row, or 2 years in a row for phenomenal years for Peters. 1-time All-Pro, 2-time Conference Bowl. It looks like this team's has this team made the Super Bowl? Has this team won a ring? Did this team win before? This guy's got 2 rings, 3-time All-Pro. phenomenal years of his career. So we definitely have a lot of moves that we need to make. And I'm going to take a second, look at this team, kind of get a gist of what we want to do. And then we'll see what we want to do. So kicker, this guy's not, well, he actually, no, he had a terrible year. 15 for 26. No, thank you, buddy. Their punter, I think punters are really like, they all put up the same stats. So we're just going to bring this guy back. We'll sign him. No, we'll keep him on a 1-year deal and see what we want to do. There's a lot of things I want to get rid of here. So Mikion, we'll go with Brandon Mikion. He's got to go. We got to see what this draft is looking like. We are going to have the 15th pick in the draft this upcoming year. And it looks like, let's filter out to quarterbacks and see. Wow, there's nothing. Even that guy I favorited before, not great. So this guy's like the best in the class, but I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be the answer to the team. So maybe there's going to be some free agent corners or quarterbacks. It looks like there really isn't. Geno Pollard. Wow, this might be almost a throwaway year, or we could bring in Peters and go with a very heavy run style offense. So we could go and pick up like an option offense and getting a rushing quarterback, but there's no smash mouth coordinator here, which is very disappointing because I kind of wanted to go a run heavy offense, but maybe if we get, is Mikion, I'm completely butchering his name all the time, I know. Mikion is a fast quarterback, can't even talk. 89 speed, 92 power, slow agility, but the speed is fairly good, so we could look to run an option offense on that. We have a lot of cap space, that's insane. So we're going to bring in Marcus Peters. He looks like, I don't think we're going to, maybe we will extend him for 1 year. We'll extend him for a 5th year at $9 million. I really don't want to do that. His contract's huge, but he's put up some good numbers with winning a ring, a one-time All-Pro, 2-time Conference Bowl player, 4.9 a carry last year, puts up 1,400 yards, best year of his career, and we're going to bring him back. So Bibbs, we're probably going to let go. I do want to check out some of his stats. Yeah, nothing great. We're going to let him go. Our wide receiver group, we need some new pieces here. Wicker, he's had a phenomenal career, but go. Tight end, Dom Fuller, again, phenomenal career, 2 rings. It's time for you to go. It looks like this team has won some rings in the past, but they need someone to bring this team back, and that's what we're here to do. So Goddard, he's at the peak of his career, but he's really had a good career. I want to bring him back, so we'll try to extend him for, let's see if we can do like a $13.5 million deal. Wow, okay. 13.7. We'll do 13.7 over 4 years. I know that's a lot of money for an aging player, but we really need to keep some pieces on that offensive line. We'll bring McGovern back. He's played a couple games, hasn't really done great, but we'll bring him back. He's going to be a nice little backup. We'll bring him in for a long deal. This other offensive guard, he's got to go. Centers, we're going to need to pick up some new pieces. We're going to need to make a lot of moves around here on this team. This guy's had a phenomenal career as a defensive end, a 2-time All-Pro, 2-time Conference. Probably, is he not? No, he's not going to make the. I don't think anybody's going to make the Hall of Fame yet until we get farther into the career, or to the season, or to our series. I can't even talk. We're going to let Gallen go, probably. Yeah, none of those stats are worth a $5.2 million deal. We're going to need to move around some defensive players. There's not a lot of pieces here on defense that I'm liking. Dax Floyd, again, he's done great, and he's had a couple good careers. 2-time Player of the Year. That's insane. He looks like he must have won probably back-to-back in 2022 and 23, or maybe even 25. But again, I can't bring him back at 30 years old. He's on the wrong side of 30 at peak development. We got to let him go. At $15.9 million a year, we got to let him go. Darius Stevenson, maybe he's going to have a great career like Walker Stevenson did before. So we're looking to keep him on the team. And not a lot of pieces I want to kind of build around. Nashon Richardson is not bad. This is Daniel Brendel, actually. Super development. We might bring him into the starting lineup, and we're going to be looking for a new kicker as well. So check out some of the scouts. We're definitely going to go and grab a quarterback scout or not. But we're going to be looking at quarterback or wide receiver. So we'll get this guy who's going to be an evaluator. Can I not offer him a contract? We can afford to keep firing Stat. Wait until next season or contract expire. Okay, well, our contract's going to expire anyways, so let's go on to the next week. And we will move on into the off-season. So you guys know usually I do these off-season episodes kind of off camera, and then I'll come back and let you guys know everything that happened. And that's going to be my plan for this episode as well. So today will be the off-season game plan, picking a new team and everything like that. And let's actually check what happened in this team. So, wow. Okay. This is very interesting. So you guys can see we started out winning 16-1. Phenomenal year for the team. Went on to go to the Conference Bowl. Finished the third, then went on to miss the playoffs, came back, went to the Champions Bowl and won it, and then has missed the playoffs the last 2 years. So 2 championships, 6 years. Pretty good start, 50% of the playoffs we made. 73-37 for the or for the team overall record. And we'll see if we can get New England back on top. There's going to be a lot of pieces we need to rebuild here. Mikion's got to go. So a lot of these players, I'm going to trade away some of these pieces. I'm going to do a lot of trading off camera, a lot of moving around players, a lot of moving around contracts and stuff like that. And I will show you guys what ends up happening. We can check out free agency really quickly and see what is going on here. I do want to bring in the center. This is a piece guy I definitely want to go out and spend a lot of money on. Cornerback wouldn't be bad for Aiden Wallace as well, coming from New Orleans. Seeing if I recognize any players from our old team, and it looks like not really, but I'm going to quickly check over and see if they made any other signings or trades or anything like that. I really want Noyle back. Same with Darius Benjamin, Tryon. Gonna miss some of these players on this team. Bellamy had a phenomenal time there. But like I said, it doesn't, as much as I want these players, it really doesn't make realistic sense for me to go out and move and try to trade for some of these players, because again, division trades don't really make sense, and it's not something that happens very often, if ever, in real life. So I'm not going to do that kind of stuff here, and I want to kind of create that rivalry and going against some of these all-star crazy players that we went against, especially on defense against Miami. We're going to play them 2 times a year, and we're going to have to face off Smelter and Parsons. Maybe we can bring them in after the contracts are done. They're on huge contracts. They're on very long contracts. So maybe they'll try to get rid of them, trade them, or once they hit free agency in 4 to 6 years, we may be able to pick them up on the latter half of their career after they've had phenomenal careers. You guys can see phenomenal for careers for these guys. They're probably going to end up in the Hall of Fame, halfway there for both of them almost. And we're definitely going to end up facing these guys twice a year. So we'll have a tough little matchup. But I'm going to make, like I said, make all these moves off camera, and you guys will see these in the very next episode and all the moves that I decided to make. We have a lot of cap space, $113 million, and there's a couple pieces that we definitely need to pick up to upgrade this team, and I'm hoping we can get this team to a playoff hunt. We're going to have a couple tough little matchups. We can check out Buffalo, 80 overall team as well. New York Jets have a phenomenal defense. But some of the teams in this division really don't have set quarterbacks. Dan Pierre is going to be okay. Corey Van Noy, we already know what we've seen out of him. And Mikion, not enough to determine whether we want to keep him on the team. I don't think we do. We can check out his stats. Again, really weird that he did play in Buffalo, as you guys can see here. Played 5 years in Buffalo and comes to New England and plays 1 year. And has, honestly, one of his best years of his career. But those stats, they scare me. They remind me way too much of Corey Van Noy. And we definitely do not need another Corey Van Noy with an inconsistent player. Guy hasn't even thrown for 4,000 yards in a season yet. We got to move on. We got to see what we can do here and make some moves to try to make this team a playoff contender, because we're not trying to get fired again. And we spent too long holding on to a quarterback we weren't certain about. And we can't do that again. We can't get fired twice. It's not going to happen. So anyways, that's going to be it for today's episode. I really had no expectation of getting fired in last episode. So I'm recording this quite literally right after the last episode. So I'm really hoping we can make this team into a contender and see what we can do here as we head into next year. So I will see you guys in the next episode. I do apologize if I'm rambling or going all over the place. I'm just having a lot of fun with the series, and I'm really just never been... This is the first time I've ever actually gotten fired in this game, so it's kind of funny to see how things go and how things work, and really fun to see the storyline that we're creating in this series. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next episode.